What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Trying to Cat show. I just kind of need a release and just to a lot of things going on. I'm not gonna go into it. But there's a reason I have YouTube. It's kind of my diary, kind of my um, that was rant and wave. But today we're going to go down the rabbit hole of one of my favorite people of all time. Person that the reason why I cook, the reason why I'm a dick. Marco Pierre White. Um, you might know him as the dude that made Gordon Ramsay cry, which he did, but it's Gordon Ramsay's fault, as Marco says, which I totally agree. I mean, you cry for yourself, but he's a man that, for me, taught me how to cook. Other than him, Anthony Bourdain, Charles, just like half the fucking online. I didn't go, I didn't go to cooking school. I didn't do any of that crap. No, I just, I went dishwasher up to cook. I did all that crap. I got abused by chefs and all that crap. And I'm okay with it, because trust me, like if you ever cooked in the same place with me, God bless you that you made it out alive. Because you get my way, I will fucking hit you with something. And that's where, Marco comes out. Like, the man is passionate with cooking. And one of the greatest chefs of all time. The GOAT. The fucking GOAT. The greatest of all time. I would say that. I even think Anthony would say that. You know, rest in peace, man. Poor Dan. I miss up, dude. Yeah, even he would say that, dude. Marco is the fucking goat. And yeah, let's go down a little rabbit hole and shit. Me and you guys and hang out and just talk some shit, dude.
Now, this video is not.
I do have to say this right now. I have no problem with Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay, to tell you the truth. I love when he's yelling at people. Like, and he's a great cook. Besides his grilled cheese sandwich, that was fucking a travesty to any. I'm sure Marco saw that he's about to car and be like, "What the fuck you doing, guy?" But I know they're not on the same page. I guess they have some feud. It's not my problem, but I do. Gordon Ramsay is a good chef, and if you see him without being on TV, he's actually a really nice person. He had this like cooking channel with kids where he teach kids how to cook and stuff. Super sweet dude. Like, yeah, like he's a little like Mr. Rogers for a second and stuff with a British, Scottish accent. He's Scottish, not British. A lot of people don't know that. He's Scottish. He's not even Brit. Kind of like, James Bond is actually Scottish. He's not Brit. I know you can be like, "Martin, they kind of own it." Well, you say that to us, a couple of Irish people, and we would say the same shit to you, fuckers. But yeah, I was saying that. Yeah,
About Gordon
there's a reason why Gordon
it's about
Ramsay is
his
so
former
good.
boss.
My reputation.
This man, this beautiful motherfucker.
Did I shout? Yes. Did I scream? At times.
He remains the only human being, as far as I'm aware, who's ever made Gordon Ramsay cry.
No, I didn't make Gordon.
I mean, I could. Give me a chance. Oh man, I could.
Choice to cry.
Cause I'm a dick, man.
This is Marco Pierre White, former Michelin star chef, television personality, and Gordon Ramsay's mentor.
Oh, and the fucking goat, and the goat, the greatest of all time, dude. This man, dude. Not even his cooking. The shutdown he does to people when he doesn't like it. Oh, there's pictures of him like doing reservations, and he's like, "Oh, he's not in there right now." Yeah, no, I don't know, and just hangs up on them. So again, like if you make like, he makes a good point. When you go into a restaurant, you go disrespect the staff or anyone else, fuck off. And I agree with that. When you go to a restaurant if you disrespect the waiter, I am not your friend anymore. This person is there to serve you food. They're doing their fucking job. That's one thing I hate. If I bring you out to eat, or I go out to eat with you and I see you disrespect the waiter or anyone in the food industry, that's immediate. I'm not your friend anymore. I'm blocking you on Facebook and you can go fuck off. Because dude, it's a hard job. I've done it. Give them some credit. Things don't work like it, things don't work. That's just how life is. So, have some respect for your waiters. Sure, if they suck, don't disrespect them. Just don't tip them that good. Don't tip. Tips are good. They live off them. But if they suck, doesn't mean you don't tip. Like, just give them like $1 tip. At least something. But it just shows that, like, hey, you're a dick. But never, ever, ever disrespect your person that's good, your waiter and stuff. Because, again, if I'm there, I will fucking... And Anthony Bourdain said this, and it always stuck with me. It was like, I would never be your friend if you disrespect a waiter. That stuck with me my whole life. And I always nice to my waiters and stuff. Because I get it, man. You had that time, it's hard, you busting your ass. Sometimes you're tired and shit. And, sometimes you just need, like, good people to pick you up and stuff. I don't really know. I've never been a waiter. I've been in the back house cooking the food and stuff. Because, me being a waiter would be the worst thing in the fucking planet, dude. I'm not good with people. They'd be like, what? I'm like, what? What the fuck? Oh, shit. Like, gluten-free? Or like, what, gluten? Like, what, you retarded? What the fuck are we doing right now? A glutard? No, that's not even a real thing. Yeah, no, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. That's why you stick me in the back. Let me cook. Like, no people, no interactions. And that's the thing with Marco. I feel like
In many ways, Marco walked so Ramsay could run. He wasn't the first celebrity chef, but he was the first cool celebrity chef, to the point where he essentially...
Dude, he was the rock star of the celebrity chefs. You ever like Charles and the other, the Asian dude. He's super cool, dude. I feel the Asian dude. He was another... I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, but I remember watching him, and he always intrigued me because he's so fucking good. He did this thing with Uncle Roger, where he like takes the whole butcher knife and just goes, and just made mice garlic. Trust me, man. Like when I make garlic, I sit here and just. Yeah, this guy just, it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like some black magic shit. Black magic. Let me pull this up. Oh, that's Fallout. Oh yeah, happy Fallout Day yesterday. It's like Christmas. Asian cook. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, that's not, that's like normal old. I do know 2 of them, but that's not the ones I'm looking for. This was actually, so he was like the first TV chef that's Asian, and I remember him. And he was so fucking good. And funny as fuck, too. Bonnie Yan. Yep. This man. Right here. So, this man, like, I remember growing up and watching him. And this dude would, like, take, like Saved by Wally's, like, and just... Actually, I was just going to look it up on YouTube. Like, Martin Yang is great. Like, very underrated, and he has a lot of awards and stuff. But again, he's another great chef that you should definitely look into. The reason why I know some Chinese food and stuff, I'm not like, I'm more of a, like Marco's more French. I would say I don't really have one, but I would say a lot of mine is Spanish food and French. Yeah. I do a lot of Italian food, but I mean, I'd kind of like, I'd have to look it up or watch a video. But yeah, that's, no, that's, no, you can go back there. No, go back. That's my OBS. Here he is. So, Martin Yan. Watch this shit. Yeah, dude. No fucking way, dude. Like, if I knew this fucking years ago and I, like, holy shit, why is this happening right now? All right, let's go back up. There we go. If I knew this years ago, just watch him. And that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. I'm like, dude, like, you know how many times I could have fucking, you know how many times in the kitchen, if I knew that, I never even knew, I saw this just recently, and I was like, holy shit, dude, you literally just mice garlic. And trust me, like, I don't like those garlic pastes and stuff. I'm the guy, yeah, I'm that dude. And, that's just how I am, man. But if I knew about this, I'd eat one of those knives. Because that dude says, and I was like, oh shit, dude, that saves about like 2 minutes. I mean, that's 2 minutes. I could be like, let the shit cook and I can go play fucking whatever the fuck I'm playing right now. That's time. Time is money. Time is money, my friends. Jack Burton Crow from Big Trouble in Little China. Check us in the mail. Next week for Halloween, I'm dressing up for Jack Burton, so I will throw up a picture on YouTube and stuff. For you guys that know, for the cult fans and stuff, John Carpenter fans. Yeah, back to Marco. I just like, there's a lot of good chefs out there, but for me, Julia Childs, him, definitely not, fucking, Oliver, whatever the fuck that dumbass. Like, he just ruins everything. But for me, my influence is either Marco or Anthony. They're both like French chefs, and I'm part French, technically. French Canadian, part French, whatever,
being behind a stove?
Trust me when I say this. There's nothing simple being behind a stove.
See, if Ramsay gets mad,
I just love how like Siri's like there's nothing simple. Like you just sit in like in the embers that you're about to get fucked.
Do not push me. I don't think you understand what I am. I control myself very well.
yeah, there's a reason why MasterChef Junior chose Ramsay over this guy.
Oh fuck yeah, man,
Marco is in any
dude.
way unsuccessful.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when you're in the kitchen, you fucking fuck with a chef, dude. They will, like, that is, dude, I'm going to fuck you up if you keep talking. And he's just like, I'm controlling myself. Because, again, like, he's known to throw pans at people and just do shit. And, hey, I respect it, man. I get it. I've fucking yelled at people, get behind me. There's a thing in the kitchen. You go behind somebody, you let them know so when you come through a hot pan, you're not going to hit somebody. There's been plenty of people just walk behind you without saying it. And I will yell at you. Like, you're fucking retarded. Like I could have fucking scolded you or a fucking pan, you dumbass. Like, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid twat? Like, I don't even, like, I just go off, dude. He does it better than me, but I get it, dude. The kitchen's a war zone for art. It's just like, if you're not a misfit, you don't belong in the kitchen. If you're like a normal person, yeah, do a different job. I'm a misfit. I'm a drunk, degenerate, YouTuber that, like, literally, yeah, that's me. But I know how to cook and fix computers. Two good things I am. So yeah, no, the kitchen's for misfits.
He is an extremely accomplished chef, and even if he's not that much of an international household name like Ramsay, he's still one of the biggest and most celebrated chefs in the industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting because despite Ramsay,
Like, if you're a
being the
chef,
better known out of the
I
two,
mean,
Marco
you could
is
throw that
in
guy's
some
name
ways
and they'd know.
more
Yeah.
Ramsay than Ramsay himself. He is scarier, he's more volatile, and in some ways even more accomplished.
Marco, correct me if I'm wrong, you were the youngest chef to get 3 Michelin stars?
My second favorite person, Anthony Bourdain. Dude,
3 fucking Michelin.
if there was one thing in my life that I could say, is that I would give my left nut. I give all my nuts. I give anything just to be in the same room as Anthony Bourdain and Marco. And just sit there and just listen. Just hear like the brilliance of just the art form of food. It would just be absolutely amazing. And plus talk shit. Because, I mean, both of them could talk shit. And that'd be a good time. It'd be a fun time. And they both drinkers, so. But yeah. We miss you, Anthony, dude. We do. I fucking miss him so much.
Michelin stars.
Hey, that's a different world, man.
Marco has accrued a significant cult following in the last few years. Like, I've seen him.
Oh, yeah, dude,
as a mythical super chef. Like,
I
he's the
legitly
final boss you face
fall
in
asleep
the
just
field.
watching his
Ramsay,
videos about
but is that
cooking.
reputation
When,
truly
like,
deserved?
where you just
Yes,
saw him
I'll
with the
give
hat
it
and he's in
But
a
first,
place.
we
Oh,
need to
I
start
fall asleep to
with
that shit,
meeting.
dude. Learn some things. I like
Pierre
cooking.
White was practically born to be a chef. His name is even a metaphor for the holy trinity of classical cuisine, being
Yeah,
part
Holy Trinity.
Italian, part French, and part British. Though despite the exotic
Well-
combination of names,
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off right there. I'm not good. Excuse me if you're British. You guys are cool, but your cuisine is not that good. Like, I don't. Sorry, I'm just saying. And half of your shit is taken from other countries and shit. Portugal, your fish and chips. Portugal, that's Portuguese. You guys toy from Portuguese. I mean, we already know where Portugal is. If you don't, do yourself a favor. Look up on Google Portugal, and like the back in the day. Do yourself a web search, and you'll be like, oh shit, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, and it's kind of, I do have to say, a lot of cuisines from other countries like Thailand, India, and stuff was from Portugal, because Portugal was a kind of like a ship port for everything else. Again, I'm not going to go into the other details. Google's there for you, or AI, or the fucking ChatGPT or whatever. But wasn't a great time in history. But that's the reason why Britain has fish and chips. So if you ever thought, oh, the Brits did fish and chips, French fries and fried fish, it was like, nah, it's the Portuguese. They just stole it. I mean, probably the best thing they have is like their breakfast, which, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm about to. Yeah, I don't want to offend any British folks.
Marco's
I love you guys. You're fun, but yeah.
Council house in the 1960s. There he lived with his English father.
And there's also a reason why like Marco is like our French chef, or Gordon is he's Scottish, but French chef. Like, what food comes out of fucking Britain? I
His
don't
Italian
understand.
mother and his 2 older brothers.
Oh, he's
Marco was
Italian.
especially
Yeah, I
attached to
forgot
his
that.
mother, and some of the fondest memories he recalls from his childhood were spending time with her and her family in Italy. In the later years, Marco would always credit his mother's cooking for introducing
Yeah.
him to the world of
Oh,
gastronomy.
absolutely.
My earliest memory a risotto.
This is what I watch when I
As
fall
a young
asleep.
boy of maybe 4 or
Yep.
5 years old, was sitting on the side watching my mother make it. And I suppose that was my first.
It is crazy if you watch these videos, them watching him in the kitchen. He's so kind and like calm and just. It's kind of like some people like to watch ASMR, one of those things. This is mine. Like just watching Marco kindly cook, just calmly, not rushing, just showing you how to cook. Because when you see him there, he's like throwing pans at people, yelling at people and shit. I get it, man. I get it. And his kitchen is absolutely fucking beautiful. Like I would give my life just to have a kitchen like that. Oh yeah, no. I'm a man that like I don't give a fuck where else my house. I just want a nice kitchen. 'Cause that's when I spend most of my time. I'm cooking shit. I love cooking. I love food. Food's good, man. Food's the food brings peace to people. I feel like, there's war, there's all these other things, but there's one thing in life that brings everyone together. It's a good dish. Doesn't matter what it is. It brings everyone together. Everyone likes a good dish. That's very Italian. I'm not even Italian. I'm like, good dish.
First gastronomic lesson, really.
Life was more or less normal for Marco until one day tragedy struck the White household.
I mean, the most defining moment of my life was the day my mother died. Like I'm doing with you now, I watched my mother die.
This obviously shaped Marco immensely.
Hey, I couldn't imagine that. That's devastating, man.
Permeates everything.
That's devastating.
It's like being that boy of 6 again. And you know what's amazing? It's almost the same decor. There's only one difference. My mum's not here. But in spirit she is.
Nevertheless,
He always talks
life
about
had
that.
to go on.
If you watch like what I was talking about, he always talks about his mom and stuff. He was very close to his mom, and I couldn't like watching your mom die in front of you. That's pretty. That's fucking heavy, dude. I'm sure his mom is fucking proud of him. Like, Jesus Christ, if she's not, like, but I mean, I probably that's probably what shaped him being the person he is. Like,
Marco did not do well in school, struggling
Yeah,
against the
none of us
draconian
did.
school
I
system
did,
that
but-
infected post-war Britain. And after years of falling grades, his father decided to pull his son out of school altogether.
I never wanted to be a chef. I never thought I was going to leave school. It didn't even enter my brain. But then one day I was told that I'm leaving school and I've got to go and find a job. My father was a chef, my uncle was a chef, my grandfather was a chef, my brothers were chefs. And in those days, being working class...
I know I'm like a small YouTuber, like
He ended up
very
finding
small,
work as
but
a chef's apprentice at
man,
Hotel
if
St.
I had
George in
a
Harrogate. And it's worth
second
here that
to
Marco
be able
stumbles upon a
to
book that would change his
interview
life
him,
forever.
it'd be
On
amazing.
the chair where I sat was a small book. And on the front of it, it said the Egon Ronnie Guide to Hotels and Restaurants in Great Britain. I started flicking through it. And what I realised was that restaurants have stars.
And just like that, Marco has found his purpose. He goes from just training to be a chef to training to become the greatest chef in England. So he finds the restaurant
That's what you
with
do,
the
man.
most Michelin stars in Britain, the Box Tree.
You know, when you do something, you don't just do something. You do it to do something better. Yeah, you could do something and it would be the same every fucking time. But if you don't up your game, it's like me with like computers. Like for me, I built this. Hold on, all right. Built that little machine. I call it the Panda Box. Yeah, it took me 2 years. Like I built it from the ground up. I got every fucking thing. I know it's not cooking, but it's the same idea. Excuse me, same idea. When you have like a dish, bourguignon or whatever, you always, or even a French onion soup, You always try to elevate it, try new things, do better. Because, these recipes, and there's recipes, and you learn by them, you can make good food. That's the groundwork. That's like the concrete before you build the house. The house is what you build. It's what you take your food. You take that recipe and make it your own. Do your own thing. Make it your own. That's how food evolves. That's how anything evolves. Like making a computer or, shit, like, where are there? Like, fucking even making a deck like magic. Like I got this deck right here. It's an elf deck. I'm involved in this every time I'm building up. I have a ground print of what I have, which this is a ground print. But then I'm going to involve it, which, I was doing staff house for, I don't know, close to 20 years. But, so I stole that fucking deck. I'm still kind of butthurt over that. That happened in high school. That was like 20 years ago. Still butthurt. Still hate you, Sean. Fuck you. Sean Burke. Yeah, I'm going to call you out on my podcast. But it's the same idea. Food is, when you have a groundwork, food is about trying new things out and stuff. Just make sure it doesn't suck.
Stars to their name.
And then one day, I approached Box Street for a job. And on the day that I approached Box Street for a job, a young man had given his notice in the kitchen. So I got my interview, and I got my job at Box Street.
Box Street was a huge step up from the St. George Hotel, both in terms of prestige and the level of
Look at
talent
that,
Marco
like,
was exposed to, and
that's
allowed him
just-
to develop his skills
I'm
at
not a big
pace.
Michelin
Eventually,
star.
Marco's ambition-
Not a big Michelin star like plate, like when you have like these little things, but like it's still an art form. It's still beautiful. It shows that, man, you're a good cook. But really, like at the end of the day, like when he makes in like the kitchen, like nowadays and stuff, that's food. That's that's home cooking. That's the stuff I love. I love that old home cooking. My mom was a good cook. I miss some of her plates. It was always good, And I think everyone is the same way, Your mom makes good food.
ambitions grew bolder. Back in the day, Michelin was considerably more conservative in what restaurants they considered worthy for their guide. So if Marco wanted to achieve his dream of 3 Michelin stars, he needed to pursue classical French
Look at that.
cuisine.
Oh, man.
So Marco
Oh,
eventually
I eat the
left
shit out of
Box
that.
Street and took a job as an apprentice at Le Gavroche, another Michelin-starred restaurant.
La Roche.
I find myself looking through the windows of this very elegant restaurant. I think, wow, this is beautiful. And I look at the name above the door. Above the door, it says
La Roche.
Le Gavroche.
Eventually,
Yeah.
Marco would build an impeccable resume, not only working for Box Street.
Yeah, the
but
commentator
also
didn't really say that
restaurants
properly.
like the Tonklin
As a
and Chesnico. And what
somewhat
did they all
French,
have in
yeah, I
common?
kinda-
Well,
yeah,
despite
I was
being
like,
some of
that's
the
not
greatest
said properly.
restaurants in Britain at the time, they all sucked ass to work at. High-end restaurants are awful, man, especially back then. Think about it. You're working
I agree,
16-hour
yeah.
shifts in a cramped room with no natural light.
I agree.
no air
I'd
conditioning.
rather go to some mom and pop, like, just some side shop. Like, there's a place down the street from me. My girlfriend got tacos the other day and stuff. I go down there. Great food, Mexican place. People are super cool. You can watch them cook. Some of the best Mexican food I have. It's besides what I cook, because I'm one of the goats. I consider myself a goat because I'm a damn good cook. But no, when you go to a place like this, when you spending like $300-400 to have like little entrees where like the food's this big and it's just all plated nice and stuff. Yeah, that's cool and all. It shows that you know how to plate a dish and it's art form and stuff. But yeah, dude, most of us I'm just trying to eat, man. Give me the steak, potatoes, some green beans, plop them out there. I'm cool with that, man. As long as everything cooked properly and it tastes good, that's all that matters to me. And I think most cooks are like that, You want to do something nice for little folks, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I just want like a nice meal. It doesn't have to look nice, but it tastes good. That's all that matters.
You're fighting for space with 9 other sweaty dudes. You have to balance making perfect dish after perfect
Yeah, 9
dish,
others.
somehow being as fast
Yeah,
as
the kitchen's
humanly
hot, dude.
possible, despite being exposed to
That's why I don't do it
delicious
anymore.
food all
I
day.
can't handle
All you've
it.
eaten the last 11 hours is a
I'm
Red
old,
Bull and a
you
pack of
know.
cigarettes. You're
I was 40.
constantly dehydrated. Your arms and
I
hands
can
are
barely even
covered
handle
with burns, and you do
being
this
down
for
in fucking
16 hours
Venice
straight
Beach
with
or
no breaks
Huntington,
before
in the
finally
kitchen.
collapsing
I'd be
in your
fucking
bed
dead.
at 1 a.m.
Be like,
before
help
waking
me.
up at 6 a.m. to do it all
Yep.
again. And the pay is shit. Unsurprisingly, the rates of mental health
Yep.
issues in chefs are astounding.
Absolutely.
With some studies indicating that at least half.
This is very true, and I know this from personal experience. One, you have shit ass fucking hours. You don't have any life. It's a fucking mental, like, if you're not on your game, it's going to be, if you don't love what you're doing, it's going to be literally the hell. Like you thought hell was going to be bad when you die, if you did any bad things. This is beyond that. This is 3 times fold. Be in the kitchen. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And this is right, you know. All of us, I do. I struggle with depression all the time. I'm bipolar and I have depression and shit. Actually recently, last couple of years, depression has been pretty out there, you know. It's nice, you know, nice and that doesn't show up. But yeah, we struggle with everything. We're misfits. Anthony Bourdain said the perfect thing. People that cook in the kitchen are misfits, or they just, you know, they're not in society like most people. I'm one of you guys, you know. I'm a misfit. I mean, most of my class was misfits. We call them as misfits. But yeah, I just don't. I can't have a reasonable job. Like, you put me somewhere, I'm going to yell at somebody. I'll probably get fired. Or probably, you know, like, wow, he harassed me.
Half of
Like, no, I just told you you're a
suffer
cunt.
from symptoms of depression, with many more struggling with alcoholism and cocaine abuse. The classical French kitchens...
Never cocaine,
that
but
could be
alcohol,
especially
I
cruel.
mean...
These closely followed the kitchen brigade system.
Still to
outlined
this
by
day,
French
yeah.
master chef Auguste Escoffier. The brigade system ensures that each cook has a dedicated role in the kitchen. For example, instead of
Sous
having
chef.
3 chefs constantly alternating between preparing meats, vegetables, fish, etc.
Yeah, there's usually
dedicated meat cook, one
several
dedicated
cooks.
vegetable cook, and one
You have like the head cook that usually cooks. Then you have like the sous chef that does like the veggies and like the chopping of the things. And you have other, if you're in like a high end restaurant, like you're talking about, and then you have other people. I was at Bar and Grill and stuff. We still did stuff like this. We just weren't like Michelin star. We gotta fucking sit here. No, we weren't like that. It was just like, we make a steak. You like the steak? Cool. Fuck off. You know. And, you know, pretty much yell at the waitress because you got the order wrong or some shit. And, like, it's not our fault. You gave us the shit, you dumb bitch. Sorry. Yeah, that's how we talk to people.
undedicated fish cook.
Again, it's a
The
war
brigade
zone,
system
dude.
also introduces
War zone.
A strict military-based hierarchy, and with a military-based hierarchy,
Absolutely,
military-inspired discipline. If a chef makes a mistake or does not deliver to the proper standard, it's the job of the chefs above the mini hierarchy to discipline them.
Because this is a fucking laughing stock. This is a dream. This is a piss take. Get with it, dickhead.
Usually, this
Dude, Gordon Ramsay is nice. Like, you want to, like, dude's dickhead. Tell you the truth, he's nice about that. Because if you were, like, in any of the places I worked, be like, the fuck you doing, you fucking ass? Get the fuck. And you just be yelling at them. You get yelled at. But usually at the end of, like, the shift and stuff, apologize, being like, you know, it's, and you get it, you know. You don't get butthurt over that. If you do, don't be in the kitchen. You know, you take it as, like, you know, nothing. You know, I fucked up and shit. It's just, you know, stress of everything. People blow
How
up.
bad a mood the superior chef is in. This discipline is often dished out physically as well. Marco calls this harsh form of discipline bullocking. and it's a significant part
Bulletin.
of kitchen culture to
I'm gonna
this day.
use that from
Why
now
is
on,
that?
dude.
Well,
Bulletin.
the main justification
That's
that
just
these
Bulletin.
chefs use is that working in a kitchen
I think
is
I'm like
so
half my life. I'm just
excruciating,
Bulletin.
and surviving in that environment
I yell at.
forces
You know how many
chefs to
people I
be
yell at a day?
exceptionally tough. So the same
I'm
way
not a
that
people
grueling
person.
Military discipline creates tough soldiers. Grueling discipline in the kitchen creates tough chefs, capable of delivering food consistently and to the proper standard. Unfortunately, for many kitchens, the line between discipline and abuse doesn't really exist. For younger
No.
cooks especially,
No.
this kind of treatment is just something they're expected to endure to prove that they are actually chef material.
I agree. If you go into the culinary arts, there's no such thing as verbal abuse. Like you're literally going to be in a place that is a fucking war zone. You know, pushing out maybe close to 200 plates a night, if you're lucky, and if that's a good restaurant. Yeah, you're gonna get yelled at. People are gonna be frustrated, just completely stressed. You would be called every name in the book, probably even words that like even forbidden by people like me to say. Still would be said. You know what you do? You suck it up, you little fucking snowflake, and deal with it. Because you know what you get yourself into. And if you were passionate about cooking, you would deal with it, because at the end of the day, the rewards are so much better than what you did. The rewards are so much better. I don't cook anymore. Well, no, I obviously cook for myself, but from what I learned from in there, I can say that I will do that tenfold from what I learned now. That I can just cook and make good dishes. I can just hand to my neighbors and they're like, oh, this is great. And I was like, I feel good. And yeah, maybe it's like, waving a dick in the wind like Ween would say, but it makes me feel good. It's our form of art form that I can help other people. And, food's food, man. Good food is good food. I'm always down for a good dish. Doesn't matter what it is. I try everything. Well, hold on there. Like, I won't try cat or dog or nothing like that. I tried horse once, and because I'm French, and I just don't know, dude. Hey, whatever you do, I don't like horses. I mean, I'm sure most people would be like, "Oh, we shouldn't do that." Yeah, I agree with you. But again, I mean, I tried frog legs. I can't do frog legs. I like frogs. Frogs are cool. Try them. It's just too much, man. I just like. I was like, nah, dude, I can't do this. Even with the buffalo sauce and shit, dude, I just can't do that. Haven't tried snails though. Was it? Because I forgot the name for them, but
So Marco
I will try those. Yeah.
The chef says
Yeah, fuck it. I try anything
whether
once.
He screams at you, whether he swears at you, abuses you, you just say yes, chef. And that's what I did. I just said yes, chef.
Marco himself
There you
credits the
go.
barking he received during his training as crucial to giving him
Fucking
the discipline
beauty
he
right
needed
there.
to succeed in the kitchen. However, being a good chef isn't all about ruthlessly following orders.
Oh,
In
dude, man,
1985,
dish,
Marco
man.
started working at the restaurant La Manoir à Quai de Saison under chef Raymond Blanc.
Let me run
You know, before
I can't even say
we had
that.
always this gift to throw things on the plate and they would always look marvelous, okay? That's one gift. That's a cosmetic of food. But what was your slight problem was the taste. And I think by the meal I had today, I must say it was absolutely stunning in every way.
Raymond Blanc was rather
I love that. Like, he's just sitting there, just like sitting here, just eating like this, and this guy's all like proper and shit. And he's like, "Oh, fuck it, dude." Dude, fucking Marco is the shit, dude. Is the shit.
mild by
Yeah,
chef
this is
standards.
shit, man.
He would still yell
He
and
gives
curse
two
at his
fucks.
chefs from time to time, but the overall kitchen environment was a lot less hostile than Marco was used to. This meant that he was able to foster his creative side more, rather than just
Yeah,
surviving
'cause you
the
cooking
kitchen
with fucking
environment
French
with
chefs.
force. Raymond Blanc was so enthusiastic and encouraging that I discovered a sense of freedom, and that is where my confidence started to grow.
I don't know much about Raymond. I don't know a little bit, but he is a good chef. But I don't know much about
So in
him.
1987, when Marco was hired as head chef for the newly reopened restaurant Harvey's, he decided that he wasn't going to replicate the tyrannical environment that elite kitchens were typically known for. Instead, he was going to be much worse.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Harvey's was not
It's
an instant
like,
success. In fact, the first
we ain't doing that. We're going to be worse,
Thankfully,
dude.
the
We're gonna
restaurant
bring you to
was
hell.
by a surprise visitor.
Want to see the devil? No, we're gonna see the devil.
2 months goes by,
Love it.
and we're doing no covers, minimal. Then what happens is, I told you when I was a young boy of 16 at the Hotel St George, I found a little guide saying the Egan Runny Guide to Hotels and Restaurants in Great Britain. 2.5 months later, Egan Runny, the most powerful food critic in Britain, and most respected, walks through my doors.
Once Egon's review hit the Sunday Times, it was like a starting gun had gone off, and Harvey's became an overnight success.
Look at him making fucking goddamn noodles and stuff.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Like he's making actually fresh fucking spaghetti and stuff. Like if you go back, I'm not gonna go back and shit. Yeah, 41 minutes. I'm sitting here like ranting about Marco. It's gonna be a good video. But if you go see him, that's how you make it. Like you make the noodles and stuff, and he does it a bunch of times. No, fresh noodles are the best noodles. If you don't know that, but
He's in Paris today.
yes.
He will not be back until Tuesday the 30th.
But while Harvey's was commended for its food, the press found themselves drawn to Marco himself, and he quickly gained the reputation as one of the most volatile chefs in Britain.
Does anyone want to help me? No? You've all got better things to do? Well,
One of the things that Marco became known for was just how shit he treated his staff. As one of his former understudies, Mario Batali, put it, Marco was the very first to become famous for treating his team with a humiliating lack of respect.
Okay, I'm going to fucking say this right now. It has nothing about respect. It's that, again, you in the kitchen. This is a war zone. You got to get shit out, and you got to get out right. You can't, it's no 1-2 times that you can do this. It's get it out right the first fucking time. Because if you don't, then you got another fucking 10 minutes. You have to fucking make the fucking dish. And yeah, you're going to get fucking yelled at. So yeah, there's no volatile. There's been volatile in the fucking forever. It's a stupid thing, man. And you know what? You're lucky, man, to get yelled at by Marco. Like I would give my left I give my left not to get yelled at him because I would learn something, and it'd just be cool. Because I'd probably yell back myself and be like, "You fucking cunt." Fuck you. And we go back, make food, and probably be like, sorry. And like, yeah, that's usually what it is. Like, he forgets the end, like after the shift. Well, most of the time, like, they just apologize to each other, like, sorry. It's like, and we all know, dude. Have a beer together and get the fuck out there.
Better results. And if somebody makes a mistake in my establishment, then I do shout at them. Because at the end of the day, it's my name above the door. And if the customer writes a letter of complaint,
There you go.
it's to me and not to
Exactly.
the person concerned.
Marco would yell at his team.
That was a nice
Loud,
picture.
sometimes
That'd be a
if he was
nice
really
t-shirt.
mad, he might even chuck a pan or a pot their way. This is, unfortunately, not that unusual for a kitchen. But Marco also had his own brand of unusual punishments that he dished out on his team. According to his autobiography, The Devil in the Kitchen, one of his go-to techniques was throttling, or choking for you Americans. Essentially, if you weren't working fast enough, Marco would come up from behind and choke you for 10 seconds or so to get your focus back up. Another classic was a maneuver he dubbed...
Dude, that's brutal.
If one of his chefs were going particularly slow, Marco could order the rest of the crew to bin them, which meant literally picking up said chef and chucking them into the kitchen garbage. Other punishments were more spontaneous and unpredictable.
Yes.
Marco would recall one time a chef was about to send out a soup that wasn't hot enough, to which Marco responded by pouring the soup down the chef's apron. Another incident happened as a result of Marco refusing to air condition his kitchen.
because if the kitchen is too cold, the food goes cold.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you
Yeah.
want air conditioning in the kitchen. You want the kitchen to be
the main kitchen so
It
the food goes
kind of sucks, but I get what you're saying. Like there's a temper point with most meats and stuff. And figured,
Expertly
yeah.
slashing up the chef's uniform and forcing him to wear it until the end of the service. Now, some of you might be questioning if treating your staff like this is absolutely necessary. Marco, of course, would say that it is, right?
No, it
If
is.
you're
Yeah,
not
no, I
extreme,
agree.
Then
Yeah.
people will take shortcuts because they don't fear you. And to achieve and retain the very highest standards, day after day, meal after meal, in a
Like Marco said, like at the end of the day, whose name is on, it's his. So yeah, like you just want your staff to do the best product known to man. It's like Breaking Bad, man, with Bryan Cranston making the best methanol. Like I know it's like the worst, but it's the same idea. Like the standard and shit. So yeah, you gotta yell at your staff and stuff because again, it's your name. It's not their name. They don't know them. Once you open up a fucking restaurant that's a fucking French or Italian or whatever, then you can worry. But when you work underneath somebody, you gotta understand that chef's name is on top of that. That's who the people come for. So yeah, absolutely. But I agree. Yeah.
an environment as difficult and fast
Just don't
and
suck.
chaotic as a
As easy as that.
restaurant
Just do
is
your job.
extreme. Marco's
Not that
reign
hard.
did not end at just his crew, but also extended to his patrons as well. As he
I still would
quickly
love
gained
to
the
see him throw
reputation
somebody in a
for
trash
kicking
can.
out
That'd be
diners
fucking
with
great.
impunity.
Someone told me that you kicked out 8 people in the last 2 weeks. What were the reasons for that?
I think that's right. 8 people in 2 weeks. God, I'm below par.
Marco had even perfected kicking out dinner guests to a science. If Marco decided you weren't eating there anymore, a coordinated team of waiters would swoop in and clear your entire table in 15 seconds flat. In later years, Marco insists that he only kicked out customers who were rude towards him or his staff.
Yep.
So his standards for rudeness were by no means static.
The thing about Marco is, he's two different guys. If you've got the serious Marco, you've got a problem. If you've got the other Marco, then you can have a good time with him.
Though the prospect of being randomly
Yeah.
kicked out might seem like it drove
Again,
you
dude, like
away, it was by
like I said, man, never, ever, ever treat the waiter with disrespect. Again, if you treat the waiter with disrespect and I'm with you eating a meal, I will get the fuck up and leave. Because you just did the one fucking thing. I don't live by many rules in my life. But one of them is always treat your waiter kind. As a person who cooks and loves cooking and like it's culinary arts is like, and it's art for me. I don't condone that. And even Anthony Bourdain said it. Marco said, like, there you go. We don't take kindly like that because again, these guys are just trying to do their fucking job, and you go in there, coming into the house to ask for food, and you go bitch about it. Well, take your shit and fuck off then. How about that? You want to bitch at the waiter who is not even fucking cooking. He's just taking your orders and try to be nice. You bitch at him? Seriously? How about you take your balls and go in the back house and bitch at us and see how that works out for you? Yeah, see how that works out for you, you dumb fucking twat. I know, this is not getting monetized. Sorry, I get really heated up by this shit.
This escalated after the release of the book White Heat in 1990.
I want to buy those, yeah. That's one of the books I want to buy, man. Fuck yeah, man.
White Heat is a hard book to categorize, being essentially part cookbook and part manifesto.
Yeah,
The
come
recipes
on,
themselves
I
were
need that book.
admittedly a bit rushed and difficult to execute, but what really mattered was
Well, if you're an
everything
idiot.
else. Now, it's hard to imagine now, but back when White Heat came out, the face of chefs in pop culture looked like this. The classic chef look.
Chef excellence.
But White Heat changed all that. It was littered with excellent black and white photos of a young, handsome Marco looking cool as shit, accompanied by
Hell yeah, man.
scattered quotes
Fuck
about
yeah.
his cooking philosophy.
Fucking rock star right there, dude.
We took a look at that picture and said, oh my God, he looks like us. Oh, he's not some fat French.
Yeah, dude, I could not imagine walking with those guys right now going duck hunting with Anthony Bourdain and Marco. I just worlds were just go. Like I wouldn't even have words, man. Just the masters, you
It
know.
was people like yourself, it was people like me, one or two others who made cooking sexy. Because it wasn't sexy.
No. No, it was a profession for misfits and losers.
There you go, right there. Yeah, it was. You know, I'm a misfit. I'm a fucking loser. I admit it. I don't care, dude. I know who I am. Doesn't mean I'm not fun. And I'm, you know, doing a good time. But yeah, I'm a misfit and a loser. You know, I didn't get a Wall Street job. I didn't get any of that crap.
Initially, Marco didn't give his team any lunch breaks. Throughout the day, the cooks subsisted on a diet of cheap mineral water, caffeine, and Twix, with the exception of Marco, who is not documented to have eaten anything at all.
Which
Marco sit down and eat. Never.
Sometimes if the diet...
Which is crazy because I think about like all the video, like I've watched a lot of videos with Marco, and come to think of it, yeah, I've never seen this guy eat. Does this guy even eat? Like I feel like he's one of those guys, like, you know, makes good food, but at the end of the day, he's like TV dinner, and like, it's like fuck this, dude. Hey man, must respect. I mean, I remember when I cooked. Dude, I get home, I maybe eat like my lunch at, you know, the place. I get my one meal. And these are like buffalo wings or some dumb shit. Because that's who I am. But I get home, man. I'm like, I'm hungry, but I'm in. Or like, one of those like small pieces. They used to be like 75 cents, you know, when we pour. Now they're like fucking $2. But I throw one of those in. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Throw one of those in, throw some stuff on it. Fold it up. It's like a calzone. Just not those Seinfeld calzone, but
Waiters did not finish their food. The waiters would sneak off and eat the scraps themselves before returning the
this
plate
is
to
true.
the kitchen.
This is a real
It
true
wasn't
thing.
Unheard of for chefs to collapse mid-service, and the person who worked the hardest of all was Marco himself. Now, the problem with working yourself to death is that eventually you might actually die, and Marco had some pretty close calls as the years progressed. Last summer, at the age of 28, half a year after he swept to his second Michelin star, Marco Pierre White collapsed. His blood pressure was a staggering 210 over 180. The normal level
That's
for a young adult was
insane,
120
dude.
over 80.
Holy
On
fuck,
return
dude.
From the hospital, he closed the restaurant 2 days a week. That helped.
I can't remember what I was doing at 28.
Attacks and hyperventilation in the middle of the night. Again, the haunting message. His craft will kill him.
Yeah.
This excruciating dedication ensured that Marco saw results with Harvey's immediately, earning his first Michelin.
There's some people out there, man. They work and they fucking work and they don't give a fuck about themselves. This is good and all, but you gotta remember, dude, you need a break.
Being able to survive working under Marco for
Yeah.
more than a week. However,
Oh, I could do it. I guarantee you, I give you $100, I could do it over a week.
That's why he's gone so far within the profession, because without any classical training, I mean, he's got this great
Look at like a little Gordon Ramsay.
And he endured longer than most. Just like Marco in his early career, Ramsay was bollocked relentlessly, but he always took it like a champ, until one day, he cracks.
But Chef, you were famous for bringing people to tears.
Gordon Ramsay made himself cry.
Like, I want a t-shirt of just that picture and just that Gordon Ramsay made himself cry. That would be the greatest t-shirt. If anyone out there wants to make me that t-shirt, I'd be your best friend for the end of the day. Like, I would wear the shit out of that t-shirt. Oh yeah, yeah.
10-minute break before Marco came back.
So I decided to do the sauces myself. I was so proud of them. The Morel sauce, the red wine Hermitage sauce, the Madeira.
And like, let's go back. Gordon Ramsay is a beautiful chef. Super, like, I admire the dude. I do like Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, you see him on like Hell's Kitchen and stuff, like yelling at people. He's a generally nice guy, funny, but hard worker. And yeah, I mean, besides making a really terrible grilled cheese sandwich, what are you doing, Gordon? Come on, dude. That grilled cheese was fucking terrible. And you did the grill, like, so you had Like, they gave you the keys to the Lamborghini and you just did not use them. You put them in like the Ferrari and they didn't work. I mean, we all fuck up, you know. But, yeah, Gordon is like, again, I'm going to say a lot of people, you know, give shit to him. He is a good chef. I do enjoy watching him cook. And he's a cool guy. And one of my favorite things is watching him yell at people. I mean, but when he's like in the kitchen himself and just doing, great person to watch. So if you ever watch, like, yeah, dude, Gordon's great, man. Is he as good as Marco? Yeah, no, not by far. He's good, but no. But there's one guy who's not good. It's Guy Fieri. No offense to him. I mean, the nacho thing you did, that's kind of cool. But I mean, that's like he's like the Gordon Ramsay of drunk food. Like, yeah, Guy Fieri is like Gordon Ramsay of drunk food. Which no offense. I mean, I'd be at Denny's at 2:00 in the morning after a bar with a couple of my friends. And it happened. We got some shit food. Did I like it? Absolutely. I was drunk. Was I driving? Absolutely not. But
the fish velouté.
When Marco discovered that Gordon had made the sauces for him, he flipped his shit. The cooks, who were unfortunate enough to be in the kitchen at the time, found themselves directly in the firing lines, quickly scrambling into whatever hiding places they could find, as Marco flung pots and pans with wild abandon. When he ran out of pots to throw, he reached for the sauces themselves, flinging them all across the kitchen floor. The next thing I knew, Gordon was sobbing in the corner, holding his head in his hands, with tears rolling down his cheeks. He was saying things like, "I don't care what you do to me. Hit me. I don't care." Gordon talks further about working under Marco in his autobiography, Humble Pie. According to Gordon,
we were all young and...
Wait, Humble Pie? That's a band from the 70s. Humble Pie. Check them out.
Sure, Marco played on that. He'd find out about your home life while you stood there peeling your asparagus or your baby potatoes. Then 4, 5 hours later, when you were in the middle of service and you screwed up, he would say, "I fucking told you were a shit cook. You can't fucking roast a pigeon because you're too busy worrying about your mum and dad's divorce."
now this next part was
Oh,
actually
dude, that's
cut from
brutal.
the audiobook. So
It's
I'm
true,
gonna have to
man.
read it to you
Don't
myself.
bring your fucking problems to your
Another
fucking
classic
kitchen, man.
occasion was when Stefan
Leave that
Curry,
home.
another of the chefs,
I know it
attended
sucks,
his
man.
grandfather's
Yeah.
funeral and made the mistake of going to the wake afterwards. When he got back a bit late, Marco said, "I told you that you could go to the fucking funeral, but that you couldn't go for tea and biscuits. I want you back in the fucking kitchen." We were making tagliatelle that day, and Marco was shouting, "Come on, Steve, fucking turn it, fucking turn it, you." So he said, "Yes, Marco, I'm fucking on."
This is gonna be a little off center, a little tiny bit somber, but yeah, my grandfather passed away, and earlier this week and stuff. He was older and suffering, so you know, he's in peace and he's a good man. But I was talking to my girlfriend just earlier today, and it was like, you know, I hate funerals. I fucking hate them. The only thing I like about funerals is afterwards, because we have food. I know it sounds so bad, harsh, maybe like non-emotional and stuff, but you know, we all deal with stuff like that in different ways. You know, some people, I don't know, I drink. Some people do this. Me, I eat a lot of food. And, you know, most of the funerals I've been to have Swedish meatballs, and I like Swedish meatballs. But, I mean, I get it, man. But I guess the Brits, they had tea and briskets, which, I mean, if I have to go to a British funeral, I'm probably not going to go because I know your food is going to suck. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's off-color joke and stuff, but the way I deal with shit is make fun of shit. So, okay. Leave me alone.
My way. That was it. Crash.
And my grandfather had a good sense of humor. Very good sense of humor. So he would probably be laughing. No.
It's hard to read this and not think that Marco is a complete psychopath. But allow me to run defense for him here, just a little bit.
Dude, every fucking chef is a psychopath. Like, trust me, like, we're all fucking crazy.
Many of which have credited their time at Harvey's as essential.
It's still one tattoo. I want to get the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. We're all crazy here. I do want to get that because again, we're all crazy here. It's one of my favorite. We're all crazy here.
That being said, though, sane, well-adjusted people don't go around slapping their employees for going to their grand.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
That is so psychopathic behavior.
There's a couple of people I would like to slap,
Methods
but
didn't matter to Marco as long as the food that came out of it was good.
At the end of the day, we've got to get results. I don't care how we get them. I don't care how many boys we've got to go through to get them.
And lucky for Marco, the food coming out of the kitchen was really, really good. And
Julian.
Harvey's would go on to become one of the highest regarded restaurants in Britain.
one of my biggest freakouts was the Julian. This guy did not fucking do it in my kitchen. It was my other kid. It was like half and half. But we had a dish where you had to julienne the peppers and the onions. Because a julienne is a really slinty slice cut. So usually what you do is just cut it down and do from the grain to do the julienne. You need like a good knife for that. No cheap knife. Again, a chef knife is a lot safer than a dull knife, because if you cut yourself with a dull knife, you're talking about like, I have plenty of wounds all over my hands from shit like that. You will get scars. Like a sharp knife, nice clean cut, you can stitch it up, you'll be fine. Don't don't bitch about it. But Julienne is very slightly, like he said, like very. This guy was like, they were like coming out like this. Like they like literally, Julienne is, I'm trying to find like, do I have anything that's even close to a Julienne? No, I don't. Oh yeah, I could go cut it. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, it's really, like he said, yeah.
However, there was one problem which Marco could no longer ignore. Harvey's was tiny. To earn his coveted 3 Michelin stars, he needed to expand. So in 1993, he left Harvey's and opened the restaurant Marco Pierre White at the Hyde Park Hotel. The extra space allowed him to double his staff capacity and expand his menu.
I know he owns a bar and a pub.
There wasn't really anything left.
But he it's kind of just like just a pub food. But again, it's Marco.
I said, I hope he can last. Because my only concern.
When you get to that age, I think that was like, yeah, I'm not into that whole yelling at people, and I just want, calmness and just enjoy my life.
Finally paid off.
In 1995.
I mean, look at him now, like super calm, just like, man, it's a fucking, who gives a fuck?
Marco Pierre White became the youngest person in history to receive 3 Michelin stars, as well as the first British chef to achieve 3 stars. So that's it, right?
Well, maybe the only one. I mean,
Michelin
what is it? Oliver, fuck him, a dumb fucking cunt.
The Cuvée system, otherwise referred to as knives and forks.
But my dream, because of one restaurant, which the bosses used to speak of constantly, was called La Serre. La Serre had 3 stars in Michelin and 5 red knives and forks. In 1995, when I won my 3 stars, I had 4 black knives and forks.
These were not awarded based on the quality of the food, but rather on the comfort, decor, and service of the restaurant. To get that coveted 5 red knives and forks, Marco needed to make some changes. He decided to swap for an even more luxurious venue, going from his location at the Hyde Hotel to the Oak Room at the Meridian Hotel. He expanded the wine list considerably. Where other restaurants might have had 6 or 7 different vintages to choose from, Marco had closer to 100. Towards the end of the restaurant's lifespan, his wine cellar alone was valued at millions of pounds. When customers paid their meal in cash, Marco only gave back uncirculated banknotes and coins in change. Every morning, Marco and his crew would roast 36 chickens, collect the juices, then throw the actual chicken in the trash. They would then take the extracted chicken juice and add it to their other chicken.
I actually have to say I do not agree with that. I'm a big person of like you never throw away food as much as you can. Do as much as you can with it. I mean, yeah, if it's bad, throw it away. But if you making, I mean, those chickens are perfectly fine. But I mean, I get it. People are nutcases. I have my own nutcase things that people probably be like, "Why you do that?" I don't fucking know. This is who I am.
The juice of about 2.2 chickens. The point I'm getting to is that Marco was absolutely obsessed with making his restaurant the absolute best in Britain.
Yeah,
if not
the
the
goat.
world. But could he do it?
For the next 3 years, we pushed and we pushed and we pushed and we did everything. In January '98, we won our 3 stars with 5 red
Like
noses.
I'm just realized, like I've watched a lot of videos, but I didn't realize how fucking tall this guy is. He has to be like 6'5" or something. So like sitting at that table, like I'm a healthy 5'7.5". Same height as Napoleon. Shut up. It's the normal height. I'm not 6 foot nothing, but still kick your ass.
Kitchen brigade leaders and
But-
an indisputable master chef.
Yeah.
So, now what? The problem with achieving your life goals at 38 is that your life still goes on, and that drive that propelled you to accomplish your dreams is no longer there, because your dreams are already accomplished. So Marco felt
I'm
bad
36, so I got about 2 years to
work at his restaurant,
achieve my career
tried to
dreams.
grow
I don't know
as one
what
of the
those are.
greatest chefs in Britain,
Nah.
but it wasn't the same.
Winning 3 stars is got to be without question the most exciting journey of any chef's life. Retaining them is the most boring job in the world. When I was 38 years old, I'd leave home in the morning and my children are sleeping, and I'd go home at night time and my children are sleeping.
My first option was to continue to be a prisoner of the world that I created.
I know this is gonna be a long video, but if you look at his hand in like the later episodes and stuff, he has like a big scar right here. And again, I just throw it out there. As a cook, if you ever meet me or know me, or you see my hands, like I have scars like all over my hands from cooking and computers and stuff and doing other things. But yeah, that's one thing. Like a cook because if you look at the hands, yeah, they're gonna be scarred the fuck up, cutting them up, burning them, shit like that. I got all of that. But I don't know. I don't know what that even includes, but it's something that I think is just kind of in the field that you kind of look and you're like, all right, yeah, you did your shit. I guess like it shows like it's like the Medal of Honor kind of deal. Like you get burns and shit like that. You tend to the Medal of Honor, but for cooking.
Working 6
Tell you, dude, Michelin
Michelin
stars, fuck off,
My
dude.
second option was
As long as food's good, that's all I
to
give a
violate
fuck
what
about.
chefs do in this
You know.
world And pretend they cook when they're not cooking, charging.
Michelin, dude, the Michelin
First
stars
time
is like the
fishing
weirdest
was
shit in the
to
fucking
test
world.
salmon. Every time I caught a salmon, I rested the pool. I sat on the bench and I lit and
Yep.
this little thought came into my mind. Marco, you're being judged by people who have less knowledge than you. And that thought is what gave me the courage to make the meeting and tell Michelin that I was stepping down.
So, in a completely unprecedented move, Marco gave back his Michelin stars, gave back his red knives and forks, and quit the kitchen entirely. The next couple of years, Marco didn't really do much of anything. Without his restaurant to pour his heart and soul into anymore, he ended up retreating from public life and into the forest.
I became
Yeah.
completely lost.
Yes.
And so I became
He did exactly what I'd fucking do. I would do the same thing. I was just like, yeah, fuck off, and I'm going to the forest, living a little country life. Like I get it. For me, like I grew up in like the woods. I grew up in like a very country woodsy environment before, when I, my later years, I grew up in the desert and San Diego and stuff. But later in my life, I grew up in Boston, actually Massachusetts, central Massachusetts. And that, I mean, if you ask me now, if I had the money, you ask me where the fuck I would go, I'd say I'd either go up to Canada, Norway, or Maine. Anywhere there's woods, no one can bother me. I can just farm and just enjoy life with people I love. That's all I give a fuck about. And I feel the same way, man. Yeah, there's like, you know, even living in LA, man, like I was talking to my girlfriend, it's a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. I wasn't even invited. I just came. Hey, if you know me, man, I put myself in weird predicaments and stuff. I mean, if you ask me if it's worth it, my lady is totally worth it. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here. I'd probably be in Texas or something. I just not my real. It's not my speed. You know, I like the woods. I like the peacefulness and shit. You know, being able to go outside, have a smoke, look up at the stars and shit. It's a nice time, dude. So yeah, I get why Marco did that. I would do the same thing, man. After all that fucking hard work, dude, fuck it, you deserve peacefulness. Oh man, that's.
He's 6, 7 years old. He's a very mature buck. He served his time. He's passed on his duties.
That's beautiful.
And it's now time for him to be taken out.
That was a good shot, dude. Hell yeah, man. Oh, dude, that's exactly. This would be exactly what I'd be doing. If you ask me what would Mike be doing, this is it. Yeah, I would be in the woods, hunting my own food, enjoying the fuck out of it.
Yeah, Marco basically spent the next couple
Yeah,
of years
sorry,
working on his
vegans,
PE
but
ratio, and you know, good for him. These excursions allow
I grew up
Marco
on
to
hunting
take
and
things
shit.
slow
Yeah.
and actually think his life over. And if you look at the interviews he gives after he retired, he's way more mellow and collected.
But when I walked back into London 5 years later, I discovered myself as a human being. I was comfortable.
Sorry, I was
I
thinking.
knew who I was.
I was thinking about I remember my first deer I caught, and I remember I was first time I've never seen gunning a deer, and I had to step back and like, because I was about to faint and stuff. But yeah, once that happens, you know, as long as you know using that for like the Native Americans, like use all the things, and that's what we did. You know, everything was used, besides what you can't use. You know, that's the beauty of that. You know, I don't like people that just hunt for sport. I think it's stupid, and you're a fucking retard. If you hunt for food, have, you know, some good, you know, venison jerky and stuff. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Just use all the shit. But if you're hunting for a sport, you're fucking. Same thing like fishing for sport. I don't understand catch and release. Like you're like hooking a like you might get hooked. Like I'm a meat eater, but I think about things like that. And I was like, no, if I go fishing, I'm fishing for food. I'm not fishing for sport. I'm not trying to beat the other guy over. The way I'm gonna beat you is when I bring this bass home and make some good food with it. That's when I beat you. But yeah, no, I did like the sport.
But his passion
Sport
for
hunting,
was
I'm not
long
okay
gone,
with.
And Marco had
No.
no interest in putting himself behind the stovetop again.
Do you cook at home still?
No, the wife does.
Until one day something would compel him to
I didn't know he
give
was
up
married
retirement.
too.
Reality TV.
I didn't even know who he was
So you
married
went
to.
into TV. What was that like? What was the thought behind that? Were you approached to do it? Did you seek it out?
TV is the most boring job on earth.
But this salvation came with its own set of problems, because Marco already had an established reputation with the British public, both for being one of the greatest chefs in British history and for being a complete bastard. So
Oh,
he
hold
had
on.
to-
Hold the fuck on with that one. He's one of the greatest chefs in history, not British history. Because if you gotta be like greatest chef in British history, is like wow. You know, Oliver. Because I mean, Gordon Ramsay's Scottish, so I'm not even going to count that. So, what other fucking chefs are from Britain? I can't even think of it. Like Jamie Oliver, is that your fucking? Is that the person you're trying? Like, dude, Jamie Oliver sucks ass. I mean, there's many people that rip on this guy. I haven't even ripped on this guy just because everyone else does. I was like, I'm just going to leave that out. So, tell you the truth, man, he's one of the greatest chefs of all fucking time. One of them. Sure, there's many of them. You know, Anthony Bourdain. You got, you know, I would put Gordon Ramsay. I would put Charles. I would put even Martin and stuff. Like, you know, a bunch of good chefs. People that taught us all growing up and stuff. But to be like the greatest British chef, if you ask me what other British chefs are there, I'm like, well, there's that stupid asshole Jamie Oliver that no one likes. I mean, dude can't even make a dish properly because, and then there's, I mean, technically you could say Gordon Ramsay, but he is Scottish. He is good, but he makes everything too complicated, and his grilled cheese. Sorry, I'm going to rip on that till the day I die. That was the worst grilled cheese, and everyone knows it. Everyone. And even tries to rebuttal it, make another grilled cheese, and still completely destroy, like, just demolishes it, like, in a bad way. Like, you make the best beef Wellington, and it looks beautiful, but you can't make a goddamn grilled cheese. But I get it, like, you know, some people just, simple things don't work for them, complicated things work. I get it, I guess.
Rebrand his public image into one that better suited the Marco of today.
Along with his faithful driver, Mr. Ishii, Marco is on a journey to find the best food in Britain.
Marco's Great British Feast is a mini-series from 2008. It involves Marco traveling around the UK on a quest to find
Yeah,
Britain's
rockstar
most
right there.
tolerable dishes to eventually incorporate them into the ultimate British feast. Most of the show consists of Marco finding the best local ingredients that Britain has to offer. Sometimes that means accruing them himself.
Go on. There he is.
Other times, in the case of things like
Oh
vegetables
yeah, man.
and
I
fights the best man for the
miss
job.
Farmer John Kenny specialises in good old-fashioned British pigs.
Morning. I've heard a lot about your pigs.
Thank you very much. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? Morning, Marco. I've heard a lot about your pigs.
I heard a lot about your pigs. Wait, the fat women back there? I didn't know about them. It's just like worse. Heard a lot about your pigs. Oh, fuck that. I was a big piggy.
They're amazing. I love these pigs. I've tried them.
I'm not a big pork fan. I don't eat pork. Not because I'm a Muslim. No, I just don't like pigs. I like bacon. I just don't like pork chops.
This man fascinates me, not just for who he is, but also the role that he's playing in this show. Because on some level, Marco's Great British Feast is a rebrand for Marco.
Yeah,
Say,
I
yeah,
watched
Marco
that.
might have been
Great
a bit
British
of a
Feast.
dirtbag back in the day, but there's more to this guy than just kicking out dinner guests and bullying Gordon Ramsay till he cried. You know, he has a human side too.
That little railway, look at that little pony there.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Like, you know, I mean, dude, when you love something, you gotta be a dick, but like, doesn't mean that he's not a fucking human being.
Look, you hear him. You hear him, he loves me. Hello, boy. He's a nice donkey.
Like, I've seen a lot of videos with him, and he's pretty funny and shit. Like, he's pretty. I'd hang out. Like, I'd love to. I mean, like, of course, I'd love to have a beer with him and just talk food and shit. But he's a human being, dude. You know? Like, it's the same thing like when I was talking about Gordon Ramsay. Like, people look at him like Hotel Hell or, you know, Kitchen Nightmares or anything like that. But, like, the dude himself is like a genuine good person. Like, he's a nice guy. I mean, when you work under this man, this beautiful goat, the greatest of all time, yeah, you're going to get pissed off. Same way. But, I mean, outside of that, yeah, you're generally a good person. You're fun. You have a sense of humor. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, people, I don't understand why people like, well, look at them, they're so bad. It's like, do you know them, like, outside of what they're doing? Like, maybe they have a passion for what they're doing, so they take it seriously. Outside of that, they're probably one of the funniest people you could totally hang out with. and HP. So I had no idea about what HP was until I went to a Baldwin pub with my girlfriend. We did some, she had a church group and stuff. I came along and stuff to hang out with people. It was fun, you know, a lot of cool people. I'm not a big, you know, religious person myself, you know, but I'm always good with talking to people and stuff. But it was a British pub, which I was making fun of the British, as I usually do. But they had HP. I was like, I have no fucking idea what HP is. HP is literally just Worcestershire sauce. Yes, it's Worcestershire sauce. Worcester. Next time somebody goes to Worcester, Massachusetts, you got Worcester, I'm going to slap you in the fucking face because I uploaded 2 videos in the last month that I watched, and the guy was like, oh yeah, I went to Worcester. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Massachusetts. What, we mean Worcester? Like, not a single fucking person out there, like, been like, no, you're saying this wrong. It's Worcester, dude. Worcester. But, yeah, no. So, the HP pub, it's literally just Worcestershire sauce. Just a little bit thicker. So, yeah, if you ever see HP, it's literally just Worcestershire sauce. Which is good on everything. I love it. I use it in a lot of things. I mean, I got a bottle right in there right now. Yeah.
Do you understand?
I mean, it's artichokes and stuff.
I don't think you understand what I am. I control myself very well.
So this whole show feels less like I'm watching
Yeah.
a lovable British oaf trying to make a nice meal, and more like I'm watching a retired.
I'm going to be a little bit dick. I'm going to be throwing shit at you. Be like, I will fucking kill you if you fuck up again. Like, you'll be in the fire later. I promise you.
It is England, Britain on our plate. They can have their choice.
You ever seen that, what was it, Jason X, when he puts the lady in the cryogenic and she freezes and smashes? Yeah, that's what happened to you.
With Marco is that he spent his whole youth chained to the stovetop, and while that has made him a god in the kitchen, it absolutely dumpstered his social development.
And the only world that I felt comfortable within was in the kitchen. Because it was the norm to me. It was the world that I grew up in. Outside of that kitchen, I was quite socially inept.
So whenever he steps outside a restaurant, he is visibly uncomfortable.
I very rarely step out of my own environment. It's the way I am.
This scene here, where
I'm the same way.
is my favorite.
No, I'm the same way. I like to go to events. I love hanging out with people. I love, going to Comic-Con and stuff. But really, for me, I'm very visibly awkward when I go in public because, again, 1, I'm going to piss somebody off. And 2, I don't like people. No, I like my people, my friends, the people I care about. But everyone else, I just look at them, either you're fucking stupid or you don't understand anything like I know and shit. Yeah, I do. I totally understand that.
It's like he doesn't know how to behave himself. He starts directing foot traffic and shit. He walks up to random people to give them lectures about mustard.
Look, see, this is great. Do you like this?
Dude, yeah. I mean, that's a big thing, dude. There's different types of mustards.
They're convenient. You can buy most things.
I know what a supermarket is, Marco.
Oh, come on, dude. Okay, this guy's gonna start to piss me the fuck off. Like, don't fucking rip on Marco because, he buys from farmers markets and shit. Like, dude, I go to the grocery store. I'm like, what the fuck? I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate going to the Ralph's. I fucking hate it. And it only happens once a month. And again, I live in California. So we got a bunch of fucking vegans. So yeah, no, Mike doesn't get the meat he needs. So yeah, I gotta go fucking this and produce. I'd love to go down there, but I'm the same way, man. I would be the dude that would be looking at the mustards and somebody's about to pick up the French's mustard. Nothing wrong with it. But I'd be also, the stone mustard, Dijon, which is French. this is horseradish has this, that, this, the Grey Poupon. You've seen Wayne's World. Yeah, that'd be me. Yeah, I mean,
Smell your fruit. When
Yeah.
you're buying fruit, fresh fruit, you should always smell it.
Yep.
If it doesn't smell of pineapple, it doesn't taste of pineapple. If it doesn't taste of oranges, it doesn't if it doesn't smell of orange, it doesn't smell.
I love British ladies like,
Quick smell. Can you smell orange?
Marco, you can't go up to random people at Waitrose and ask them to smell their oranges.
yeah, you can. You can absolutely do that, dude. This is just true. This is a true thing. I do it. I do it with my fucking lemons and limes. I like smell them. I feel it's smooth, and I throw it in my bag, dude. It's smooth, good smelling lime. You get more juice. It's just Jesus Christ, dude. Who the fuck does this interview?
But you know, as mad as the supermarket scene is, there is a point that Marco is trying to make here. He isn't cooking expensive French cuisine for the upper crust anymore. He's making great food that anyone can enjoy. And what better way to kickstart this change in cooking philosophy than by partnering with some of the industry's finest flavor enhancers?
Who cares?
Okay, we'll just
You want me
carry
to
on.
chop the chicken? I'll chop the chicken. If you want me to chop the mushrooms? I'll chop the mushrooms.
Gives a fuck, man.
I'll make the sauce.
Okay.
No, I use like, you know, fucking broth and shit. It's not any different. Like, you make out to be like, oh no, he's the devil. It's like, nah, dude.
It's
It's
what it does for you. It's how it assists you at home. It's the best stock possible.
In the mid-2000s, Marco would make a series of cooking videos for Knorr, showcasing their line of stock products.
Lamb chops. Very nice, very simple. Fabulous to grill.
yeah, it's a stock. Who gives a fuck?
Well, firstly, what I do is I make a
Some it's just easier to do that, dude.
These videos have been sitting on YouTube for 14.
And those are the videos I watch. And you know what? I'm sure, what is it? Dr. Hugo. I'm sorry, man, but if you don't know anything about cooking, dude, there's nothing wrong with using like a little. I just use it in some fucking rice, like a little stock thing, throw it in there. Sometimes you don't have fucking stock. Sometimes you don't have fucking time, dude. The whole point of these videos were for the home cook. Like a easy cook, you know, easy meal, you know. It's just stupid, dude.
Years in all their 240p glory, racking up millions of views a pop. And it's not because of the quality of the recipes, although they are pretty good. Obviously, the main draw to these videos is still Marco.
I came from the world of great
Oh, no shit, dude.
where they control their environment by being subservient. Nothing was
I
ever
mean,
trouble.
you do a Marco Pierre documentary, and you literally in the like, what we're almost at the end. You like, you know, the thing is about Marco. It's like, well, no shit, because there's no videos about Marco.
This triple Michelin star chef is shilling for pre-packaged stock pots.
As I've said many times before, in the domestic kitchen,
Okay, we're gonna stop here because I'm gonna get really angry. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a person that cooks, as a person that like legitly, Marco is one of my heroes. Somebody that I look up to. Somebody that I fall asleep watching his videos and stuff, him cooking and stuff, and it's common. Who gives a fuck if you use some like bouillon for a dish? Really? Is that your problem? Why he's not making Michelin star dishes at his house like the rest of us can't do? He's just making home cooked meals. I'm sure, like, yeah, no one's there ever seen him eat, but I'm sure he's gonna bring it to his wife and they go eat it. Like, it's the dumbest shit to say here and just rip on the dude because what? He took he took some shit to make money and he's using bouillon cubes. Like, who gives a fuck? I want to know, man. Dr. Hugo, I want to see you make a meal. Make a meal and then have the common goal to criticize Marco. Do that for me. I want to see that shit. Make a meal, one of his famous dishes, show it, then you can criticize him. Because I can guarantee you, you will fucking fail in some manner of for him or something. Because again, me, yeah, sure, I probably would fail in some way. Not as much as you, because I actually know how to cook. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Which, you know, I do appreciate the video. It's a great video. But the ending, dude, don't fucking rip on him because he took a sponsorship for some company because of bullying on cubes. Really? Are you that fucking petty? Are you that fucking petty? Because, I mean, what, you like 30,000 views? I'm sure you got some sponsorships. Or someone. Or if you don't, you know, you might. And you would do the same thing. So I should rip on you? You know? No, it's not right, man. Marco is one of the GOATs. One of the greatest of all times. And will always be the greatest of all times. Along with, you know, Anthony Bourdain, Childs, Gordon Ramsay, Martin, the rest of them. You know, some of the, you know, people that we grew up on. Yeah, maybe not the best chefs. It's other best chefs. There's Frenchie, Louis George, you know, Brian Chow from, you know, Mission Sandwich Social. Check them out. They get a good podcast. So We Want to Be Fat. Great podcast. Love those guys. Love to go eat out there if I ever go to New York, which, as a Bostonian, going to New York is kind of like a war zone. You know, fuck the Yankees. But, yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty of good, but you probably just a YouTuber that probably, let's go down the rabbit hole with you. I don't know who you are. I'm not going to say it. Like, it's a good fucking documentary. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, most of your shit, you just, you did a documentary about Elvis, Marco, Gigi Allen. That's a good one. I'm not going to do a documentary about Gigi Allen. If you don't know Gigi, I mean, I like Gigi Allen. He was like the scum fuck. But, when I die, take my battle in my hand. I know Gigi Allen, so I'm a metalhead, so. Yeah, I mean, you don't really cover chefs. Like, you just cover it as in, like.
The chef, my grandfather.
Like, oh, I'm like, this guy's like a rock star of like chefs. And it's like, no, dude, like, he's more than that. Like, he is the GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT. I'm like, so have some fucking music. If the dude wants to take a sponsorship for bullying curbs, who gives a fuck? I don't. I use bullying cubes. Like, sometimes I have broth. Fuck it. And I got bullying cubes I can't even fucking goddamn read. Because they're in Spanish. I don't know Spanish. I don't. I even asked my girlfriend. My girlfriend knows a little bit of Spanish. So I was like, yeah. I'm like, babe. And she didn't even know. I was like, well, it says veggie. I had to look it up. I found out it was like just veggie bullying cubes. And it worked very well with most shit. So, yeah, we're going to leave that off now because it's been like an hour and 33 minutes of me just ranting and raving. So, yeah, this is my deep dive into Marco. Again, one of my heroes, and I needed something just to. I had a lot of little things going on. For me, it was like I'm always good with deep diving on people I care about and stuff. And Marco is one of them. I love the man. I think he's brilliant. To this day, like, I fall asleep to those videos he was showing. That's why I fall asleep to, because I learn things and just watch him. He's just common and stuff. And again, like, he will literally rip your asshole apart. And I love it. Love it. Because I'm the same way. But, yeah, like and subscribe. You guys have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Peace, guys.